Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Kyle from Kyle Does Fitness, and today, you know what? I forgot to wear my podcast clothes. Hold on a second, I gotta change out work clothes. Okay, so, podcast. All right, so today's video blog, podcast is about the best types of cardio. I listed them out in order of 1 through 9. So we're just gonna go through them. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it now. So everybody wants to lose weight, right? And by some degree, calories in, calories out is the way to lose weight, right? So the amount of energy in and the amount of energy expenditure equals whether you're gonna gain or lose fat. So if you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose fat either way. But to expedite and to increase your calorie deficit without having to decrease your food too much, that's where cardio comes into play in just a fat loss type of way, right? Because then it also could come down to like, you could be trying to do cardio for cardiovascular health and whatever. But this is all kind of geared around losing body fat and just looking better. So first one is my personal favorite, just because I got one in the garage and I can mindlessly run on the elliptical. And so this is my favorite because I have it at home probably, and I can just like scroll through Facebook and do cardio at night. That being said, average per hour burn, if you're just doing an average pace on it, is about 500 to 600 calories, which is actually pretty low in all the or all the different cardio that you could do. So if you increase the intensity of it, or if you increase elevation, so you could just increase the elevation and the intensity, and that is going to increase the amount of calories you're going to burn per hour. And it obviously depends on person to person and where your heart rate is. And in general, for the whole video, you're going to want to keep your heart rate between 130 and 160 beats per minute for most people. And obviously that's something best to ask your doctor about anyways. But in general, 130 to 160 is kind of the fat burning zone. So that's number one, elliptical. The elliptical is also really low impact, so it's good for your joints, good if you're older or if you have injuries. Number two is running. Running is my personal least favorite cardio in general. I don't like it. It's hard on the knees, it's hard on the ankles, and it's not fun in any way for me. But it is fun for some people, and it is a good fat burning cardio if you're going for that, especially if you're like endurance runners. But if you're a bodybuilder or you're looking to build more muscle, running can actually break down your muscles, and you could just be going to the gym and then losing them while you're running. So it might be better just to do a different type of cardio if you're trying to build bigger muscles. Number three, the stair climber, and this is my favorite when I'm in the gym. I don't usually use the elliptical in the gym. I use the stair climber. I just think it's easier to get my heart rate up, and it's more challenging than doing the elliptical. It does actually also build muscle, leg muscle, because you're using a lot more muscle than just walking by lifting your legs up. So your glutes and your quads are gonna at least somewhat add on more muscular. And then your calves as well. You're burning about 500 to 600 calories at an average pace on a elliptical per hour. But it is also hard on your joints, so if you have injuries or anything like that, like I said before, it might be better to choose something rather than the running or the stair climber, like so far the elliptical, and we have some other ones that are good for low impact as well. Number four is actually the highest impact altogether on this, which is jump rope. And if you've ever done a jump rope for any extended period of time, you know it is quite the workout and very difficult to keep going. But you'll see a lot of fighters, MMA fighters, boxers, those type of people. They're going to take the jump rope because it's going to improve their coordination, improve footwork. Like, you know, they're jumping around like this. You just have to get better. It's going to improve like your shoulder strength. Doing this requires strength, even if it's no weight, right? You're still doing this with your arms for an extended period of time. This burns about 500 calories every 30 minutes, which is pretty impressive. 1,000 calories an hour or more, right? If you weigh more or whatever the situation is, if you're going faster. This is on an average person, but going for half an hour on a jump rope is extremely difficult. So you got to remember that. You got to be really good at being able to do that and keep going for half an hour. If you can't sustain it, then you're not going to get the necessary burn anyways. But this is also good for traveling as well, because you could just put the jump rope in your bag and you got it with you wherever you go. You don't have to find a treadmill or a gym and you're good to go. Or you don't have to run. But running is probably less of an impact on your body than jump rope. Number 5, kettlebells. Now it's not actually cardio, but using a kettlebell does use anaerobic and aerobic functions. So it does burn a lot of calories, right up there with doing cardiovascular workouts, like running or the elliptical or jump rope. And you're actually using 2 different types, like I just stated, of energy. One's anaerobic and one's aerobic. Aerobic exercises, your energy is being produced with air, where you're able to breathe and get it in. But anaerobic is without air, so you're struggling really hard and you're not able to breathe, so you're doing anaerobic workouts, like lifting weights. Number 6, cycling. And actually I like this one a lot, and it was a big topic today at work, which is kind of funny. My boss, my general manager, walked into the break room and he said, "Kyle, I got to ask you a question." He's deaf, so he's got hearing aids, and he's Southern, so he's got quite the accent. "Kyle, let me ask you a question. How do I build up my leg muscles for riding a bike?" And he's like 55 years old or so, and he just married someone who was like 10 years younger than him, so he's feeling good about himself, but he wants to lose some weight. And he said, I went for a bike ride yesterday. I rode about a mile. And he said, I almost didn't make the mile, right? So it's been this long, he can't even ride a bike a mile. He goes, I was riding my bike and then I got to this hill and I started riding up the hill in the bike lane. And this lady was fast walking, this is his words, not mine, and passed me while I was riding my bike. So I just told him to keep at it, obviously. But I thought the story was funny. He told everybody in the office the story. So it was pretty funny that this lady walked past him while he was riding a bike up the hill. Anyways, but cycling is also Coach Greg's favorite type of cardio. If you watch Greg Doucette, you'll see he talks about it all the time. I used to do a lot of bike riding in my teen years, and maybe early. A lot of bike riding. I haven't done it so much now. Early 20s when I lived in Oregon, I rode my bike like 60 miles a week. Las Vegas just sucks for riding your bike, honestly. So I cut that out a long time ago. Sometimes I'll hit the bike at the gym, but usually I'm not. Usually I'm doing some kind of walking or whatever. But anyways, biking, you can burn an incredible amount of calories. You can burn 1,000 plus generally per hour. But the key to that is a lot of people just coast around. If you're coasting, you're not burning any calories, you're not actually biking. So you have to actually be exerting energy that entire time and pedaling the entire time for you to actually get that calorie burn, because otherwise you're literally not doing anything. So it's like sitting on a couch that's moving. Number 7, swimming is a total body workout, right? You're incorporating your arms, your cores to keep you tight, and then your legs also to keep you moving. So it's a full body workout. And it's obviously a cardio workout at the same time. You're essentially fighting gravity the entire time you're in the water, right? From sinking, you literally have to be moving the entire time if you can't touch the bottom. So the entire time that you're swimming, you are burning quite a bit of calories just by sitting there, not even moving, right? Not just keeping yourself afloat. And then once you start swimming, you're burning somewhere around 14 calories a minute. It was broken down by minutes basically because, a lot of people can't swim for a long period of time also. So you just kind of have to add up the minutes. But if you did it for, about half an hour, that's 400 or 500 calories an hour, or 400 or 500 calories every half an hour. A lot of people enjoy this type of cardio. It's really easy on the body. It's really one of the best ways to do cardio health-wise, right? Like when you're it's also improving your breathing just being in the water because it adds extra pressure. Like I was an asthmatic as a child, and that was something that my mom always had me do. She always wanted me to be in the water because it would help me breathe better. So swimming is really beneficial to your health, and you should definitely incorporate it if you can. Number 8, rowing. And I did a lot of rowing when I tore my ACL, just because I didn't have a lot of mobility, obviously, to do other things. I did rowing and also number 10 when we get there. That was another cardio that I did. But with rowing, you know, it's a machine. You sit there and you pull the rope. If you're doing a good job of incorporating your arms and your legs as much as possible, that's going to be how you're going to burn the most amount of calories while you're doing this, and the easiest to keep your heart rate right between the 130 and 160 beats per minute range. When I was doing rowing, when I had my injury, I remember it was hard to keep my heart rate at that, or the 130 to 160 beats per minute. But if I incorporated my legs as much as possible, it was the easiest way to do so. Number 9 is HIIT cardio. I really don't recommend this to most people, especially if you're just an average athlete that goes to the gym maybe a couple times a week. You're looking to just burn fat, right? HIIT cardio is more of an advanced type of cardio. If you're building muscle, HIIT cardio really isn't necessary, especially if that's the type of workout you do. I just don't think it's great for burning fat. There's other ways to do so that's more sustainable in your life. And this is a longevity thing, not just a couple month thing. So take that as it is. You're burning about 500 to 1,000 calories per hour, really dependent on you and how you are exerting your energy during the HIIT cardio. A lot of times this is something where you're running for 30 seconds to a minute and then breaking, for a minute or two and then doing that again. Just really like explosive movements, and then with a period of rest, either just walking or just waiting a few more minutes and then doing it again. And then number 10 is ropes, and I said this was another one that I did when I hurt my ACL because it doesn't incorporate legs pretty much at all except for just to keep your balance. That's actually a lot of fun. I wish I still did it more, and I probably should. I just don't have a lot of time, and I find that doing cardio at home is easier just because I got a couple kids at home and I have other hobbies besides going to the gym, and I also work full time. So that is why I don't do ropes. All in all, I really only do the elliptical and the stair climber. Those are my go-to. I usually like surf Instagram, Facebook, or not surf, but posting or interacting with people. Sometimes I'll edit videos. It's really important to find a way to keep your cardio fun or entertaining, or at least productive, so that you're not noticing the cardio while you're doing it. That's what I found the best way to make sure that you're consistent with your cardio. Also, don't go eat 500 calories right after you do a cardio session, because that literally erases everything you just did. If you just burnt 500 calories and you ate 500 calories, you've lost no weight. Post in the comments your favorite type of cardio, if it was on this list or not. Until next time, later.